Hey guys, so today we're doing something a little bit different, obviously. I'm in my kitchen right now. Recently on my channel, we passed 20,000 subscribers, which just absolutely blows my mind. So I definitely wanted to do something to celebrate that. So I asked you guys on Twitter, what do you guys want me to do? And the thing that won on the Twitter poll was bake something. So if any of you guys have ever seen my ancient baking video that I did so many years ago now, I attempted to bake something, and in that video I made it very obvious that I do not really do baking or cooking or anything in the kitchen. But I thought, you know, you guys want to see it, it might be a big fail, it might be successful, but either way I'm gonna have a really good time doing it. So today I thought I should bake something French, and that was actually something very highly requested on Twitter as well. So I decided on palmiers. For any of you guys who have ever visited France or possibly other European countries have them as well, you can buy these little boxed cookies called palmiers, but actually they are patisseries from France. I've never tried them that way before, and I've certainly never tried making them before. This is gonna be an experience today, but I thought it was like a fairly simple recipe that maybe I won't completely destroy. We'll see. So if this goes well, I'm going to attempt to make two. I have two pâtes feuilletées, so it's a very, very thin pastry. I found some that just used sugar and pâte. It's very simple, sugar and pastry. And then I found a couple other ones that use sugar and cinnamon together in a mix. So I'm actually gonna do that one because I love cinnamon. So in France, fun fact, they have, I think, 3 different types of pâte. You have pâte feuilletée, which is the really thin one that's used for pastries and stuff. And then I'm completely blanking on the others. I have one in my fridge right now. They're just basically thicker. Oh, this one's in a circle, so I'm gonna need to make this a square. Okay, so I've already managed to put a hole in my dough. Oh no, it's already sticking. Okay, never mind. This is why I don't bake, you guys. I destroy it. I give up on the cutting board. This was to minimize the mess that I ended up making, but you know, a mess is just gonna happen. And by the way, these extra bits of dough that I have here, they are not going to go to waste. Nothing goes to waste in my apartment. Oh, and I forgot to preheat my oven. So this is already off to a great start. So I need to preheat the oven to 220 Celsius. Oven is now preheating, and I'm pretty sure this is gonna take me so long that that's not gonna be a problem starting it so late. So this one tells me to brush it with water. Presumably not too much water, because if it gets completely wet, then you're gonna have a problem. Now I need to mix the sugar and cinnamon together in a bowl and sprinkle it over the pastry. It says 25 grams of sugar and a teaspoon of cinnamon, but our scale doesn't really work. So the only thing I have to go on is kind of just my guessing. Well, that's a lot of cinnamon, but I'm not really upset about it. So now I need to sprinkle it over the pastry to lightly cover it. I actually do have something for this. I have one of these. So it's like a little strainer sort of, but I'm pretty sure this is meant for stuff like this. And I haven't used this tiny one yet. It came in a set with all different sizes. Okay, so now comes the step where you actually make this a palmier. So the thing that is very noticeable about these, it's very special, is their shape. And I think I know how to do this. I think I understood. I think it is this way. I actually ended up watching a video that showed sort of how to do this because I couldn't understand it just by reading it. It's one of those, oops, that's too much. It's one of those kind of complicated steps to explain. So you fold these ends in. Then this guy says to brush with more water and sprinkle with more sugar. That's good enough because I don't want to over sugar it, and I'm pretty sure I dumped too much sugar on there. So now I need to fold it over again, and then I will start slicing it. So now I need to slice 1 centimeter / ½ inch slices and place them on a baking tray. My centimeter calculations are not the most accurate. This end piece is probably not going to be the best one. How do you lay them down? Do you really lay them like that? Because they're supposed to bake out. Because the thing is, you want to lay them flat, just because that's what they look like right now, but they're going to grow. FYI, if you couldn't already tell just by watching me, I did not test this recipe beforehand. The thing is with baking, 1, I'm just not good at this. And 2, I have such like low standards. I will eat anything that tastes good. I don't care what it looks like. Here's the real test. I'm gonna actually bake these. And like I said, I have the second pâte feuilletée that I want to try a different type on. The idea was that while these baked, I would work on the other ones, but now I'm really worried that I've destroyed these. So we're gonna bake these first. I'm gonna wait a good 10 minutes. Okay, so I have just pulled them out of the oven, and yeah, they don't look fantastic. I mean, it's the taste that counts. I left them in a little bit longer than 10 minutes because they didn't look like they were done, but they actually look a little bit brown now, so that's just what I get for trying to improvise with the recipe. I'm not really sure why the shape didn't turn out right. I don't know if I didn't roll the dough well enough or if I didn't fold the dough well enough, but I'm still feeling brave, so I think I will continue with the second recipe. I'm looking at this other recipe that I have. This one says fold opposite sides of the pastry toward the center so they meet in the middle, then fold them again so the two folds meet at the middle, and then wrap them. So maybe actually doing it twice is a better idea. I don't know. Anyway, let's get out the other pats. I hope this is what you guys wanted to see, like me struggling. I mean, as much as I complain about it, mostly it's just that I'm bad at baking, not necessarily that I don't like to. Most of it is just my patience, to be honest. Okay, that is definitely a square. That is not a rectangle at all. How do I make this more of a rectangle? Oh no, it's sticking! I just ruined the perfect little edges that I gave myself. The one little edge guy that I got in the last batch did not look very good. So I think once I do actually roll it and everything, I'm just gonna cut off the edges. The one that I wanted to try, again, is one that I'm going to change a little bit, so it's probably a terrible idea. But I saw one for honey pistachio, and I don't have any pistachios. So I'm gonna try honey praline. It says 2 tablespoons of honey, which seems like a lot because even 2 teaspoons would seem like a lot, but we will see what happens. If any of you guys watched my French food challenge video that I did, you know that my husband is not a huge fan of praline, and I actually discovered that in that video while filming that video when I accidentally made him eat something that had praline in it. Now I'm gonna fold this, and I haven't quite decided if I want to do the double fold or if I'm just gonna do the same fold. I'm gonna try it. I'm just gonna try the double fold. Maybe it's a terrible idea, but you know what? It's gonna taste the same. Like I said, I'm going to chop off the ends, and I won't use those. Alright, so now the second batch looks like it's about ready to go. So I'm gonna stick it in the oven for, I guess, another 10 minutes. So while the second batch is baking, I'm taking a look at the first batch, and it actually, I think it turned out better than maybe what I gave myself credit for. I don't know what they taste like yet. I'm gonna taste them afterward. I'm gonna taste both of them, but they look a little bit rough. I mean, let's face it, they definitely don't look as nice and neat as palmiers should. The cinnamon and sugar did leak out, and it kind of burned on some of these on the side if they baked on the side or on the bottom, but that's not really a huge deal. It just doesn't look quite as nice. So really the only fail before tasting is that the shape definitely did not really turn out that great. So hopefully with these being folded twice, hopefully maybe they'll turn out better. We'll find out. Oh my goodness, you guys, that honey is leaking everywhere. You know what I forgot was to roll them in cinnamon and sugar after I cut the little pieces. I can't believe I forgot that. Palmiers are supposed to have like cinnamon and sugar on the outside. This is why I don't bake very often, you guys. I always manage to forget something when I'm doing it. Oh no, you guys, the honey burned so badly. It just leaked and burned. All right, so batch number 2 is officially finished, I think. It might have needed a little bit longer in there, but the honey was starting to burn, and as wonderful as the honey smelled when it was cooking, it smelled really, really bad when it started burning. I had to like open up my windows and, you know, do some fumigation in here. So needless to say, the honey was done, even though I don't really think the pastry is yet. On the bright side though, this one really turned out a lot better with the shape, I think. The honey did really stick to the bottom, but the shape worked so much better. I'm glad I double rolled it this time. I think that was probably the way I should have gone in the first place. All right, so let's start with the cinnamon sugar ones. This one's a little bit burnt on the bottom. It's good, but it's definitely lacking something. Like maybe if I actually remembered to put the outside cinnamon and sugar on. I think I actually could have stood to roll the dough even thinner, which I thought it was very thin already. So the feuilleté, the reason it's so good for pastry is that it has these multiple layers in the middle like that. So it's really light and it's really good for pastry, but I think I could have stood to roll it just a little bit thinner. I mean, it tastes good. It's cinnamon sugar and pastry. I think I probably have to give myself a 7 out of 10 for taste on that, because I forgot the outside, and I think I could have done it better if I just baked it a little bit better and been a little more experienced. Now let's move on to the honey ones, which I'm very curious about because the honey spilled out everywhere. I'm not sure how much the taste will still be left there. It's all caramelized on the base. Oh, it looks so good. I really hope this tastes good. There's definitely something wrong with this one. It's hard to completely fail because again, I mean, it's honey and pastry, but there's definitely something that's not quite right with the consistency of it, and the balance is just kind of off. I'm still gonna eat it. I mean, let's be real. I'm not sure I should be proud of it though. I'm gonna be picking caramelized honey out of my teeth for the rest of the day. For those, I think I'm gonna give myself like a 3 out of 10 because the shape was much better. I'm definitely happy that I rolled it over twice, but the taste is just not there. So, there's your video. I hope you guys did enjoy watching me bake these, and I hope maybe some bakers in the comments can tell me some tips and stuff of how to do these better. Of course, the entire reason I did this video and the whole reason I wanted to go to such lengths to try and create something wonderful was because this was what you guys wanted to see for my 20K celebration video. Thank you so much to everybody who has subscribed in the past couple of weeks, and of course a big thank you to everyone who's been subscribed for a lot longer than that. Just thank you to all of you, 20,000 and something of you guys. I've been YouTubing for quite a while now, and it's definitely so much of a part of my life, and it just feels really rewarding that you guys like to watch my videos. So thank you and welcome, and I hope you guys stick around. Let me know if you want to see more baking adventures at some point in the future, or let me know if you think I should just be banned from the kitchen or something. I'm a big girl, I can take it. I know this is not my forte. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure you give it a like if you did, just so I can feel a little bit better about the disaster that I just created. Thank you guys all so much for watching, as always, and I will see you guys soon.